Daniel Cormier and Jon Jones really squashed the beef? What's going on here? Daniel Cormier made some comments following UFC 309 and Jon Jones' miraculous finish over Stipe Miocic. The spinning back kick was fantastic. DC had some comments regarding his relationship with Jon Jones and his fighting career. He said, "It doesn't matter how I feel about Jon Jones in life as a man, but I do respect him tremendously and immensely as a fighter." Let's take a listen to what DC had to say exactly word for word from his own mouth. Here he is.
It does not matter what I feel about Jon Jones in life. I do respect him tremendously, immensely as a fighter. He does a lot of the right things when he's inside that octagon. And that has led to him having more success than anyone has had. This guy has defended titles in over the course of 3 generations of fighters. That was it for that generation. Stipe was it for that generation. He has defended this belt over 3 generations. So no matter what you feel about him, it's very apparent that you have to respect him and the skills that he possesses in the octagon. And he has once again defended a belt and stays the UFC heavyweight champion.
Alright, so DC saying that he is legit. He is maybe the GOAT. You do have to respect him. But is that really the case, Daniel? Because this guy did things to you that are beyond disrespect. I love this meme. I think it's hilarious. Daniel Cormier coming out, saying what he said. It doesn't matter what I feel like. He's just a great fighter. Dana White behind him, though, holding him hostage. You have to say this, buddy. You have to push this narrative. All right. Great stuff. Good meme here. As shopped as it gets. Always coming out with great stuff. Let's remind you who Jon Jones is. And the reason that he shouldn't even be fucking fighting in MMA anymore. This dude has a record. He has a continuous record. He's not like he used to do bad things and now he's overcome things in life and now he's a good guy. This guy's doing stuff very recently. 2021, 2020. This is since his comeback, his revival, his heavyweight reinventation of himself. I mean, at International Fight Week, when he was beating his wife in the hotel room and his kids have to call down to the lobby, have to call the police themselves. The police get involved. Jon Jones beating his head on the car. That was not very long ago, okay? I know people can make reconciliations and start to work to be a better person. And Jon Jones, maybe he really is, okay? And good for him. But to pretend like Daniel Cormier actually likes this guy and actually respects this guy as a fighter, he doesn't respect this guy as a fighter. He's popped for multiple drug tests. I mean, this is absolutely absurd. This guy is riding the coattails of his superior athleticism, and that's not unimpressive. What he did to Stipe was somewhat impressive, but Stipe was an old man in there. Clearly, it was not as impressive as they're framing it to be. Daniel Cormier, looking back at this guy's record, could have been one of the best fighters of all time. This guy comes in here, beats guys that, yes, maybe you don't know all these guys at the bottom, but Josh Barnett, Antonio Bigfoot Silva, Jeff Monson, these guys were legitimate back in the day. This is early 2010s. Frank Mir, Roy Nelson, Patrick Cummins, Dan Henderson. These are the biggest names in the sport, in light heavyweight, fighting in the Strike Force Grand Prix. I mean, you pretend like this guy is just the big brother, the funny guy at the UFC. Yes, he lost to Jon Jones. But was Jon Jones on steroids in that fight? I don't know. Ask yourself that one. Beats Anthony Joshua via submission. Alexander Gustafsson beats him, just like Jon Jones did. Anderson Silva beats him. Anthony Johnson, again, the most dangerous power puncher of all time. No contest to Jon Jones. Popped for drug usage there. This guy's ruining his career. Would Jon Jones have been able to finish DC in their second fight? If he wasn't on steroids, pushing the pace like that? I don't know. Beats Stipe, beats Derek Lewis, and then he finished his career off by losing to Stipe 2 more times. Could he have retired after that Derek Lewis fight if he wasn't because he wasn't satisfied having lost to Jon Jones? I don't know. This guy could have been the fucking GOAT of the sport. Would Jon Jones have been able to beat him in the first fight if he wasn't on steroids? I don't know. That's what you have to ask yourself. So to pretend like Daniel Cormier respects this guy, he hates him outside the cage, he despises him deep down, I'm sure, or at least is annoyed. If he's gotten over it, that's better for him, in all honesty. But I know he does not like this guy, doesn't respect him as a fighter. He's a cheater. He breaks the rules. He rides off his athleticism. And he's a criminal, okay? He can barely stick around to stay in the cage or get in the cage once or twice every 2 years. It's absolutely absurd. I do not think they have really squashed the beef. I think it's just for public appearances here. Anyway, you guys let me know what you think about all this. I just think it's a weird situation, fishy situation here. And I'll catch you in the next one.